two teams coming off very similar results, but for different reasons. Atlanta coming back with two very late goals to take a win, and Toronto giving up a couple of late goals to lose. Again, very similar results, very different reasons, different sides of the coin. Toronto did not look good in their first match. Atlanta is favored in this one. Which way you leaning?
Yeah, so I love Atlanta at home here. I think if you ever had a hard time getting into MLS, again, they're on Apple TV now. So if you're trying to get into MLS, the broadcasts are great. Atlanta, surprisingly, like you wouldn't associate the main football of our football here in America with incredible fans. They fill up the Mercedes-Benz Dome. It's nothing.
Atlanta's
You
huge.
get 80,000 fans in there. They're screaming. It's one of the tougher environments. We know Josef Martinez, who's one of the best MLS players of all time, isn't with them anymore. So you might shy away. But minus 150 at home to a team that you mentioned in Toronto FC that I think is very top heavy with talent, isn't a great team from top to bottom, especially across in their 11. For me, this is where I like stretching it to, okay, totals are something to look at here. I don't like Toronto in it. If I do, it's a draw. It's honestly the only thing I could see happening here. And then again, goal scorers, Federico Bernardeschi, and this is why kind of part of why I did this, because they're Italian players that I've seen for a while. Bernardeschi, in my opinion, is probably a top 3 player in this league. Not probably, is a top 3 player in this league. He's coming over from Juve, still in his late 20s. He is able to make an impact here. The only thing is, what can his teammates do around him? And it's not much. So at the same time, and anytime goal scorers at plus 230. For someone who is this good and this elite of a player in this league, I'm going to take that. I don't care where the game is. This guy's played in much tougher environments. He's played in a Euro final and won it and hit a penalty in it. No disrespect to anyone in Atlanta. There's levels to this, okay? So he's not going to be intimidated going down south, and that's why I like leaning towards him, because just value with a player like that is it's paramount.
Yeah, Insigne is still questionable as of time of recording with an injury he picked up. It looks like he's probably going to get to play. He's been practicing, but no official decision yet. I've been going back and forth all morning whether I like the over 2.5 or under 3.5 here, because I really, these are two teams that gave up a lot of goals last game. Like, they both had over 3 goals. So I could see it happening, or at least 3 goals. So you see that over 2.5 happening, but it's just, again, the Toronto defense is weak. But it's still so early in the season, so you don't exactly know. These numbers are going to fluctuate a lot, and you don't have too much to base it off of, especially because these are two teams that spent a lot of money. Like, these went through the biggest changes of basically any MLS side in the offseason. So I'm going to take it a little simpler. If you just want to take both teams to score, you can get that minus 175. And again, always use our grid, because if you want to take that anytime goal scorer that Martino was talking about, best number you can get that at is at plus 290, even though most markets are at plus 230. If you want a little bit more juice, I still think Atlanta comes away with the victory here. You go Atlanta money line, you tack on both teams to score, you can get it at plus 155. But again, so early in the season, there's just a lot of things up in the air.